Hello and welcome to the Inspiring Vision series with Dr. Liz. I'm Dr. Liz. Tonight we are going to be featuring Molly Longacre, who is a physician's assistant, and I am going to patch her in as soon as I see her. Let's see. So I'm just waiting to see Molly jump on, and then I will invite her to join. We're really excited. Oh, there you are, Molly. Okay, so it's not, it's telling me that I can't bring you on camera. I wonder why. Molly, do you want to check your privacy settings? I think that was what happened yesterday. And we'll figure it out. Hi. I'm trying to find Molly. Oh, there you are. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There you are.
Hey.
Hi. Did it work with your computer, or did you have
No.
No.
I'm holding the phone, but that's all right.
Okay. Can you prop it somewhere? I would hate for you to have to hold it the whole time.
Oh gosh. Let's see. Hold on a minute. Ooh.
Hold on.
Real life problems, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, we're fine.
All right. So thank you for joining. I'm very excited to have you as the guest for I feel like I'm too close to the. That's better. For the Inspiring Vision series. And so we're gonna get started, jump right into it. We have a few announcements that I'll just go over. Just like every Inspiring Vision series broadcast, we will only mention you by name if you comment. So sometimes we can see the people that pop on and we'll get an alert that somebody is watching. But just to protect privacy of some people who might not want to be mentioned by name, we'll only mention you by name if you make a comment. So like Margie there. So hi. So hi, Margie, Mom. And we're going to do something a little bit different this time with the Inspiring Vision series. Molly has graciously donated a giveaway basket that I'll let her talk about. But I'm going to explain how you qualify to be able to be entered into the drawing, which will be a random drawing for the giveaway basket. Is once we reach 10 shares of this video. So it doesn't have to be while we're watching it, but if you're watching it and you can share, please do so. Once we have to hit 10 shares in order to have the giveaway. And in order to be entered into the drawing for the giveaway, you have to like the Dr. Liz page if you haven't done so already. And you can also message you, Molly. How did you want people to go to your...
Yeah, so I'm involved with a Project Health Facebook page, and that's where we share health tips, motivation, healthy recipes. So if you want to be a part of that page, just if you want to comment and just say, yes, with the Project Health page, I'm going to have to friend you on Facebook, and then I can add you, no problem.
Okay, so here are the recap of how you can be entered into the drawing. Once we hit 10 shares for the video, we will be doing a giveaway, which we'll announce after the video's over, after tonight. We'll post that. We're going to use random.org to get our winner. And you have to like Dr. Liz. You can comment on the video to just say, add me to Project Health, which is Molly's, a page that Molly is involved in, where you can find fun recipes and different healthy tips, which is great because this is our topic for tonight, springing into a renewed you, getting healthy for the springtime and in general, because we want to be healthy all year round. And then we also want you to comment on the video right now, what is your favorite springtime activity to do? So those 3 things, like Dr. Liz page, you can comment, add me to the Project Health page, and then also comment, what is your favorite activity to do in the spring? So those are the 3 things that will get you entered into the drawing. We are going to talk tonight about how to kind of get healthy all around. This is kind of a big theme for spring. When you think of spring, you think about renewal and spring cleaning and preparing for summer, which involves, wanting to get in a little bit more shape, maybe sometimes shedding some of the winter weight that we carry in the Northeast PA area. Molly, I just wanted to kind of introduce you, so our people who may not know you, and then I'll also introduce myself for people who are watching who may not know me. I'm Dr. Liz. I'm a psychologist, and Molly and I met a few years ago. We used to work at the same place. We worked at a medical company. Molly is a physician's assistant, and we worked together in a medical collaborative unit. So we were kind of always reading each other's notes if we had the same patients to care for, and collaborating in that way. So that's how I met you. And then we've stayed in touch, even though we don't work together anymore. We've stayed in touch through Facebook. I'm a member of her Project Health page, and I love to see the things that you post there, the recipes, the tips, and all of that stuff. So that's how I know you. And if you could just give a little bit of information about what has made you so passionate about health, wellness, and kind of talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I think, first of all, thank you for having me. And yeah, I think health and wellness, I think reality hit for me. I'm approaching 40. So that really kind of hit me there, that it's important to treat our bodies well. And I think how we treat our bodies now really affects long term. I see a lot of patients my age and even younger that have a lot of chronic conditions, a lot of chronic illnesses. And I think that based on lifestyle choices, their use of tobacco, drugs, alcohol, having a sedentary lifestyle, being obese, overweight, and really their choices in food and nutrition, how that affects them, and how that affects chronic disease and how they are doing. So I just think it's really important to feel well, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. And I think for myself, that means, having more energy to do the things I want to do, to spend time with my family, feel good, also be free from illness and be free from chronic disease. I think that's huge. Yeah. I think that, specifically I've taken more of an interest on prevention. My schooling as a PA really has focused more on disease management, pharmaceuticals, treatment. So I've really taken more of an interest in health prevention, specifically nutrition. About 3 years ago, I was invited to a wellness party, actually from a good friend of mine, Tara. And that's where I heard about Juice Plus. And actually, basically what Juice Plus is it's food. It's fruits and vegetables. And it made sense to me because it is food. It's safe for everyone, myself, my husband, and kids, and it's backed by research. So it was a simple, convenient way for our family to get 30 different plants into our body every day. So that made sense to me. That's something that I wanted to be a part of. So our family started that. And then what I love about Juice Plus and the company is it's more than just the products. It's also the mission. So their mission is to inspire healthy living around the world, which I love that. So that kind of just joining that company has kept me accountable for my health, my family's health. So I just have loved that part of it, and have just embraced that the last couple of years.
That's great. Yeah, I love that preventative approach as well. So we know that we're kind of in this culture of feel good right now, and you know, if it feels good, do it, and then we suffer the consequences later. And so when we talk about those kinds of chronic mental illnesses, or chronic physical illnesses, or even mental illnesses, we know that starting with what you put into your body is really helpful. It's a very easy way to start getting some control over how you live, how you feel, how you look, even, right? Because we know how we look is very much dependent on how we feel and what we put in our bodies, and not always about how much you weigh, for example. I know that's an easy way for people to measure how they feel is, oh, I've lost a few pounds, or I've gained a few pounds, and it definitely does matter. But it's also in your mind sometimes, getting to when you eat well, when you put good things into your body, you feel well, and you can think more clearly and have more energy. So for some of the people, I'm just going to kind of recap a little bit for some people who have joined, just because we're talking about nutrition and activity and stress management tonight. We wanted you to comment with your favorite activity to do in the springtime. And we're going to kind of read through those comments and talk about them.
Favorite healthy activity.
Healthy activity. Right. Get up and get moving. So that's great. And so definitely when we think about food and what we put into our bodies, we also recognize that activity is absolutely important as well. So when we not only but what we put into our bodies, but what we put out and what we exert, and when we exert energy. And I love to see some of the posts that you do in the Project Health, because I saw you, one of the pictures was you doing like a handstand, right? Or on your elbows?
It was a yoga pose.
Yoga pose.
Attempting.
Wait, what was it called?
I mean, well, it was some sort of handstand yoga pose.
Okay, I thought you said the name.
Stretch.
So, and I saw it, I'm like, I showed my my daughter, I'm like, do you think I can do this? And she's like, I don't think so, Mom. So for me, that's one of my goals in the next few weeks, is to try it, because I actually didn't try it, but it looked fun. And it's just it can be fun to move your body. I think sometimes when we talk about exercise, we talk about physical activity, people, you know, we kind of don't like it sometimes. We don't like to have to think about the exercise piece. So I guess I'm curious for you, how do you fit that into your routine? How do you make that an important part of your overall wellness?
Right. Well, I mean, it's definitely hard to balance it all, especially being, you know, working full time, being on call, being a mom, having young kids, having a family, a house, husband. You know, it's definitely hard, but we all each have 24 hours in the day, you know, no more, no less. So it's really important to kind of figure out what your goals are and what makes the most sense for you. You know, what is important to you and your family, your job, family, your health, your quality of life. So it's really important to kind of write that down and come up with a schedule that works. Oh, there's Paige. Hi.
Hi, Paige.
Hello.
All right. See ya. Okay, bye. Yes, this really is live. Paige, go make some slime or something. Actually, check out her kid or her shirt.
Healthy
kids. Okay, I'll go make slime.
Okay,
Bye.
Bye. Okay. So I think with exercise, I really had to kind of bite the bullet and get up early. I tried to do, to work out after work, but it seemed really difficult because I've always found that there's other things to do. The day kind of slips away from you. Stuff comes up with the kids and with the house and everything. And so I found a great group of ladies that are early risers. Shout out to Peach, Jenna, Carrie, all my lady friends that kind of keep me accountable. But it's great, and it's worth it to me to go to bed an hour early just to get up an hour sooner. It's nice to get it done and out of the way. So they, we make it fun, and a lot of the ladies come up with kind of like a workout plan, and we just all kind of do it together, and we laugh, and we're just crazy delirious in the morning. But that's fine.
Accountability is so key.
Yeah.
I mean, because
it's great.
It's hard to stay motivated for things when you're just kind of feeling like you're doing them by yourself. So I love that idea of finding a group that will work.
Yes.
Work out, do things. Do you kind of do that outside, or do you go to the same gym, or what do you?
So I go to the Y.
Okay.
I'm also part of another wellness where I do yoga like on the weekends.
Okay.
So I go to the Y during the week. I do yoga on the weekends, which is good because during the week, if you're doing a lot of like weight training or classes, the yoga on the weekends is nice to kind of stretch it out and, just kind of relax.
Yeah.
Now that the weather's getting nicer, I do try to multitask. So take the dogs out for a walk, the kids can ride bikes, and then I can go for a walk or a run. So like all three of us are getting exercise. So kind of have to multitask that way. When my girls had practice in the fall for field hockey, I would go to the nearby park and run while they had practice. Okay. So yeah, just have to kind of be creative about it.
Yeah, I like that I also have found throughout my life that working out in the morning is best for me. Now, I think that that's definitely individual for people. I know some people who build it into just their day and hit the gym on the way home or that kind of thing on the way home from work. For me, I dread it. So if I can get it, I get up and do it and get it over with, then I feel great throughout the day. I feel a lot better throughout the day, and it gives me energy. It's also a great stress management technique because it for me, I know it clears my mind. It gives me time to think about things that I have to do, or just kind of things that are on my mind. And it makes me feel good. So so accountability is a big piece of that. Finding people to do it with, making it fun when you can. And even if it's just a couple minutes here and there, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm going to go work out for 45 minutes. You can do it in spurts and mix it up. Start small. If you're not doing anything right now, start small and make your goals more manageable. But yeah, so I actually, when you talked about accountability, that was neat because I'm starting an accountability group with my sister-in-law. We are going to, it's called Healthy by Accident. So my sister-in-law, I think she's watching, but she does a blog called Accidental Supermom. And we've been talking about, we've been accountable with each other for kind of professional things like that. And we thought, well, why not do it for getting healthy and share it? And so if anybody's watching and you would like to join an accountability group, it's all on Facebook and it's free. You can search Healthy by Accident and you can request to join the group, or you can message me and I can add you to the group. And there's more information about that coming next week. So, but definitely, because when we look at how people reach goals, achieve goals successfully, stick with it, it's accountability. And if you're self-motivated and you can do it on your own, that's great. But I think even the most highly motivated people sometimes benefit, or sometimes always benefit from accountability, but sometimes need it as well. So Another question I had, it was, I think it was another post that you had put into the Project Health page, was that when I was in school, when I was going through school, we thought of the food pyramid, where it was like, you know, you have to eat this many grains and this many proteins and this many whatever, and at the top there was like a teeny tiny spot for fat, fat and sugar.
Yeah.
Or fat. I don't even know if sugar was there, because things have changed through the years. So I think we used to be in this mindset of cut out all the fat and eat low calorie, eat everything that's like low fat yogurt, low fat milk, all this stuff is low fat, even kind of, and then it was like, well, where's all the taste if you take out the fat? And so a lot of artificial kinds of sweeteners were, you know, coming on the market. And now it seems to be like research has shown us that's not necessarily the best way to do things. It's not necessarily cutting fat completely out of your diet, but making it more balanced, eating clean foods, less processed foods, more fruits, more vegetables, you know, whole grain kinds of wheat. And you had put a thing, I think it was by the Choose My Choose
Yeah,
My
I actually
Plate.
have it here.
Yeah.
Kind of funny.
Okay. Do you have it?
Let me hold it up.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so this is actually, this has replaced the food pyramid.
Okay.
It's actually a plate, and I like this image better. I think it's easier to follow, but pretty much they recommend, so they're recommending 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables every day on average, but this is really neat. This is the new image. So this has replaced the food pyramid. And basically, you know, to simplify it, it's just saying half your plate at each meal should be fruits and vegetables. So that seems to be the way to go, like you mentioned, clean eating. But yeah, there's currently over 25,000 research studies that show a diet high in fruits and vegetables is the way to go to prevent chronic disease. So all sorts of diseases, cardiovascular, autoimmune, inflammatory, cancers. So that's, you know, plant-based diet is ideal, but clean eating. We do have a group. It's called Shred 10. It is part of Juice Plus, but it's basically a way to kind of jumpstart your health, to eat clean, incorporate Juice Plus, and also, you know, concentrate on getting enough water, getting enough sleep, and enough exercise. It's really common sense. So I like it because, you know, a lot of these diets come and go, they're fads, you know, or, you know, they're just not long-term solutions. They're a quick fix, but it's not something that somebody can continue long-term.
Right. And that's,
that's the problem.
Yeah. Right. The idea is that we're not, you know, I kind of hate the word diet, because I think of when I was younger and, you know, something, Slim Fast.
Nutri-Slim or something.
Nutri-Slim, Slim Fast, all of these things. And it was like, you can't sustain it. You might be able to do it for a little bit, and not to say that you shouldn't have sometimes where you're saying, okay, for the next week or so, I'm going to cut out the unhealthy things. I'm not, you know, some of my unhealthy things are like, I love carbs, but I've found ways to replace pasta in my diet by doing like spaghetti squash or zucchini that's in the kind of spaghetti type noodles, and it tastes really good, and it makes me feel really good. And so for me, a couple years ago, my family, my brother and his wife were doing the Whole30, which is it's like a very eating clean, but for 30 days you actually do avoid a lot of processed things, and more so to kind of find out how your body will react. And then you can kind of, after the 30 days, you're just cleansed, and you introduce things back to see how your body responds. It taught me so much about how my body responds to different foods, and what to kind of decrease it when I'm wanting to feel better. But yeah, I definitely, I wonder, I know some of the people who are watching, at least one, hates fruits or hates vegetables. And so you've said, you know, there's definitely Juice Plus can be helpful for that. When you're thinking about ways to kind of not trick yourself into eating healthy, but even like, how do you say somebody doesn't like vegetables at all? What do you have any tips of what they could do to add vegetables into their diet in a way that, you know, feels manageable and realistic?
Right. That's a good question. I think number one is Juice Plus, but it doesn't replace fruits and veggies.
Yeah, and anybody, even anybody
yeah.
on there, anybody on
Right.
watching, if anybody has ideas,
Yeah.
because I think it can be really hard to, if you don't like fruits and vegetables. But the thing of it is, I have found the more I eat healthy, the more my body
Yes.
wants me to eat healthy. So
yeah, and that's actually a condition. You know, it's a theory now. Metabolic reprogramming. So similar to when you eat a lot of carbs, you start to crave a lot of carbs.
Yes,
So
yes.
the flip side's true. The more fruits and veggies you eat, the healthier you're eating. You start to crave that.
Okay.
And I think just with incorporating fruits and vegetables, you know, you have to be creative about it. I know I love roasting veggies. Like I grew up just eating like buttered Brussels sprouts and broccoli, but I really like olive oil, sea salt and pepper, and then roast them, you know, bake them in the oven for 10 minutes. I love my veggies like that. But yeah,
you have like on a cookie sheet or a baking cookie sheet?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
A cookie sheet. For those of you who have never heard of an Instant Pot, have you ever heard of one? So it's like a crock pot, but it's like a high pressure, like
I have heard of it.
Yeah,
but I don't.
It's a pressurized pot. I got one for Christmas actually. So spaghetti squash cooks in 4 minutes.
Oh my gosh!
Cutting it, scooping out, you know, the seeds, baking it for 40 minutes. I would say it takes longer for the Instant Pot to pressurize than to actually cook the spaghetti squash. 4 minutes, and it's ready. You can scoop it right on out.
That is awesome.
So it's worth it. Yeah.
Well,
so there's things out there that make it, you know, convenient.
Yeah, and
especially
Tara's commented put it in smoothies, which that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So even juicing, I've kind of thought about getting a juicer, buying a juicer to make juice, but I haven't tried that.
Yeah.
But
well,
good if you like smoothies.
And again, not to bring up Juice Plus again, but I will. When you think about juicing, I mean, it's a lot of work. You buy all the produce, and the thing about juicing is you might juice the same 5 or 6 fruits and vegetables. So Juice Plus is nice because there's 30 different fruits and vegetables, some that you've never seen before, you haven't even seen at a grocery store. So the variety is what's important, and plus just the convenience of it, because juicing, you know, it is messy.
Yeah.
And you know, you waste a lot of the produce too, you know, if you don't use it right away. So.
Right. Chaz is asking, I heard there is a pasta made of vegetables. Yes/no. I don't know if there's I mean, I've seen pasta that like is made of spinach. I still think there's a lot of processed wheat flour in that kind of
pasta. I did pick up a box for my kids once. I think it might be called veggie pasta. I forget who makes it. But it says like 1 serving of fruits or 1 serving of vegetables per cup or something. And it was spinach and I think beet. But yeah, like you said, a lot of processed.
Now in the stores, they're making, you can actually buy, in the produce department, you can actually buy the, like zucchini or the, squash that it's orange. I forget what it's called. Is that like I forget what it is, but all
butternut squash.
Butternut
squash, and then you can buy like cauliflower rice.
They are, yes. I've actually bought that frozen because I used to. I mean, it's a process to do it, to make it, but I've bought the cauliflower rice in like steamable frozen bags, which I love because it's easy and you can kind of mix. Are you still there? Oh, I think you froze, or maybe I froze. I don't know. I'm just going to keep talking though. So I don't know about if there's actually how nutritious that is for pasta. Oh, there we go. Okay. So Molly, I think something maybe happened with her connection, so we'll wait for her to pop back on. But as we're waiting, Molly froze. Okay. she'll come back. When we're thinking, we'll transition kind of into, well, we've been talking about stress management as well, but what we know about kind of what you're putting into your body, what exerting physical activity and energy. Yes, we lost Molly, but I'm thinking she'll join us again. And when I see her on here, I will, there you are. Okay. I'm adding Molly back on. There you are.
I'm telling you,
I was like, are you still there?
I am. I'm on call. So somebody was calling me. So I tried to, get in
real life. So one of the questions that we asked about was how do you balance it all? And it's tricky to balance sometimes because real life happens. So I was just starting to talk about kind of being intentional with stress management. And we've already touched on it and talked about kind of how you use you were saying when you're talking about activity and maybe you're doing weight training or cardio during the week to give yourself also a rest because I think sometimes we don't recognize how very important it is to not only change up your activity routine and do different kinds of things, but to give yourself a break and a rest and to do some kind of reflection and stress management type stuff. So you already mentioned yoga that you do. What are some other things that you kind of feel like for your own stress management in life that are helpful for you?
Yeah, that's also a very hard question. I think it's important as women, as moms, especially to take time for ourselves. Sometimes it's hard to to say no or to take a break from everything and concentrate on yourself. But I think it's really important. I find that when I exercise or take time for myself, I find I'm a better mom, wife, friend, daughter. I just think it's really, really important. So that's one piece of advice I would definitely recommend. Yoga is wonderful. I just found that recently. I think it's just great to unwind and really to take time for yourself and just think about what's going on kind of the day to day. Hot yoga, I definitely recommend because you're sweating and at the end of it, they turn the heat off and they give you a nice cool towel with lavender and mint and you just lay there and relax. It's wonderful. I think just, taking time at night to read, go for massages. I wish I would do that more often.
Me too.
But every time I leave there, I'm like, why do I not do this every month?
Yeah, me too.
doing like a fun activity with my kids is nice too. It's a nice way to unwind. Yes. But I really think exercise is really the best antidepressant. I mean, I feel like I'm on a high after that, physically, mentally, emotionally, I feel like I can conquer the day. So I think exercise really is powerful, and it's really any kind of exercise. But I definitely think, exercise is a wonderful thing. But I'm not going to lie, I do like my wine, and actually keeping it real here, got my wine. So, a glass here or there, especially the red, it has antioxidants, right?
Great. Good to know. Yeah, and I think that's so important because when we think about getting healthy, a lot of us, I would imagine, dread it because you think you have to give up everything. You think you can't have anything, and really that's not the way to make it long lasting. So if you're working, if you have a goal to become more healthy, it doesn't mean that you can't enjoy the things that you enjoy to eat or drink. It just means making healthy choices and not thinking of it more as a treat than something you do every day. So I used to, for me, like I love creamer and my flavored creamer in my coffee, but I know that has sugar in it and has some stuff in it. And so I try to limit that to the weekend. Just something that I found effective is during the week, I kind of do coffee that doesn't have that in it. And then on the weekends, I think Molly froze again. Maybe she got a call. But, oh, there you are.
It was another call.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But yeah, so I think if you're doing something every day, it's not a treat, right? And so,
Right.
for sure, you can still enjoy things when you're making healthy lifestyle changes or choices. But it's hard to sustain something for a long period of time if you cut everything fun out.
Right. Yeah.
But also with activity, I think it's great when you talk about doing things with your kids. Sometimes we get like, even myself, I have a very active son who's like all he ever wants to do is play. And he'll be like, Mom, do you want to go outside? Mom, do you want to play, out? And we'll do in the kitchen on the basketball hoop that's hanging on the door. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't have the energy. But then I do it because I'm like, this is what I have to do. This is me being a mom, a good mom.
Right.
And then I feel better. Like my body feels better. Or my daughter will say, let's have a dance party. And then you're dancing and moving around. So these are little tiny things that you can do that get you moving, and you don't have to go anywhere to do it. You can do it in your house, do it outside. You don't necessarily need to join a gym, but it's any little thing that you can add in is great.
Yes, Tara. Anybody local around on Thursday? We're having family fitness in the park.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, down my way. My good friend Kelly is going to put on a little session, exercise lesson. So it's family, kids, everybody's welcome. It's free. So we'll have some shakes afterwards and hang out. Nice. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll be good weather on Thursday.
Another thing that I think we sometimes tend to avoid when we're thinking about health in general is those kind of regular checkups. And I think this is a good one for you to talk about too, because you're, physician's assistant, so you understand. And in the spirit of prevention, we know we're supposed to go and get physicals or get our annual checkups at specific doctors. Can you talk a little bit about, for you, how you would kind of remind people of the importance of that?
Yeah, regular checkups with your doctor is very important. Do what I say, not what I do, because I'm not the best with that either. I'm not going to lie. I take care of patients, but me personally, it's hard to take time to, always do what's necessary. But yeah, a lot of diseases out there can be prevented or at least screened for or caught early. And so it's important that you follow up with your doctor, for your routine checkups, female exams, male exams. So that's definitely important, I would say. Yeah.
Well, we are coming to the end. We have a few minutes left. So I wanted to, again, kind of review with people who may have tuned in after we started. Please share the video. We hope that, people are getting some tips out of this for how to make some great healthy changes so that you feel better, look better. If you are interested, we didn't show the
gift basket.
Yeah.
All right, let me wheel on over here.
She froze again. So while she...
Okay.
there you go.
Call.
Okay.
Okay.
You're a popular lady.
I put together a
wow,
basket here.
That's amazing.
Yes. It's cute. It has a shaker bottle. It has a little yoga towel. There's a Whole Foods gift card in there. I love that place. Yeah.
Really? You went above and beyond.
Oh yeah, we got like a nut mix. We got dried edamame mix, and then I have some Juice Plus shake samples and chewies, and some information, and
great,
all sorts of good stuff.
So again, to be entered into the contest, please comment on the video one of your favorite spring activities that's healthy. Margie, earlier I saw your comment. Watching a baseball game is not that active, so maybe something else a little bit more that gets your heart pumping a little. Well, although that probably gets your heart pumping, but something that you do in the springtime with family or by yourself, that's healthy. And we'll post the winner of that after.
Dr. Liz, what do you like to do in the spring that's healthy?
Oh, that's a good question. So I do like to sometimes get out and do a little jog. Not very often, but I do like to go on a bike ride with my family. And we've been playing basketball outside as well. So yeah, I like to do those things.
Yeah.
And I
definitely
love the
like
beach.
to exercise.
I can't wait till it's like beach weather here in these parts. That's true. The way you cheer, it does get your heart pumping. And there's getting my walk in. Melissa says getting my walk run in while the kids ride the bike. Or all on the bike. That's a good one. Listen to the baseball game while walking around the lake, Robert. Okay.
Nice. Yard work.
Yard work is a good one. Gardening.
Yeah. Really... I love planting flowers.
Yes, that's a good
therapeutic. And then I think it just, at the end when everything's planted, it just looks so nice, clean, fresh, alive.
Yes. And then you can see the fruits of your labor for So that's fun. Yard work, good. I kind of lost my train of thought.
You said going to the beach.
Oh yeah, I was talking about I was excited for I'm excited for the weather to get nice and stay nice, and I do love walking and running on the beach. That's really fun for me. So any questions while we have Molly? Thank you so much. You've given a lot to think about. If anybody has any specific questions, certainly you can post those. Again, I wanted to remind you, if you are wanting to be more accountable this spring, we're going to be doing, my sister-in-law and I are doing a accountability group in May that we'll get more information out next week, but you can search it on Facebook. It's called Healthy by Accident. Although it's funny because it would be fun if we could sometimes trick ourselves into making healthy choices, and sometimes you can, but it definitely does take work. I think for me, recognizing that there's a lot of planning that goes into eating healthy, not just for me, but for my whole family. But it feels good when you do it. And so like when you were talking about roasting vegetables, sometimes I'll just make a big, like on a Sunday, I'll just roast a bunch in a big Pyrex baker and keep it in the fridge so that I can scoop those out for lunches or, as sides to dinners. And that's just one thing that I have found that helps, because packing lunches it takes time, and it's easier just to grab something that's not so healthy because you're hungry than it is to plan. But if you can take the time to plan, it really does help. So I think that's it for tonight. Okay. Thank you so much again. And we will let you know. Please share the video. And again, comment your favorite activity. And I'm going to just give you a little bit of what's up and coming for next month's Inspiring Vision series. It is going to be with Sabrina from Azani Medical Spa, which is in Bethlehem. We're going to be talking about cleansing and renewal for enduring beauty, both inside and out. So we were talking about kind of spring cleaning in general. But spring cleaning your body and your spirit, and also kind of how when you cleanse inside, it definitely reflects on your appearance as well. And then in June, I'm going to be with Ashley from DNA Hair, and we are going to be talking about de-stress your tresses, body and soul. So talking more about some strategies for de-stressing in general, but also how sometimes you have to figure out kind of how to do that with your hair too in the summer. So those are some up and coming Inspiring Vision series segments. And anything, any closing, anything? No?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Being on.
A review for how they can find you is they can search Project Health on Facebook. It's a closed group, right?
It's a closed group.
Okay. So you can also comment here, and Molly could add you to that group.
Yeah. Yep, not a problem. Yeah, so just look out, if you comment, just look out for the friend request so that we can become Facebook friends, and then I can add you. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you again so much. This was great to see you and great to just work with you on this. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Take
Bye.
care. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
Bye.